In this video, you're going to learn the inside scoop about home staging and design from our expert Rachel Borrelli of Diversa Designs. Today's tips are actually must-dos in today's market. We're also going to let you in on the fastest growing home trend that can help transform your space and impact your enjoyment, whether you're thinking of selling or not. Rachel, we're all about delivering massive value here, so let's just jump right into a question a lot of people are going to have. How do stagers either help people save money or make them more money?
Okay, we do both. We can help people save money and we can help people make money. So the way that we help people save money is by coming into the home right before they're about to sell, and we can tell them exactly what they need to do to prepare the home. So they don't waste any time and they don't waste money fixing things that maybe aren't important to the buyer at this time. We use the example of a kitchen where you get the best rate of return if that's what you update or that's what you change. And I often use the example of handles. Sometimes you don't have to change the cabinet doors. Sometimes you just need to change the hardware. So for $20 at Home Depot or something like that, the rate of return could be 20, 30, 40, 50%. Or, on the house, just with all the little things, not just the handle.
So that's the example on the savings side. What about on the revenue side?
So on the revenue side, the statistics have shown, and although the statistics do vary, they range between 6 and 20% in increase in value of the overall price of the home when you bring a stager in.
Yeah, that's incredible. And we can certainly attest to that as well. Our stats for Calgary Real Estate Board were pulled, and they found that we sell more than 96% of other agents, and our homes sell 48% faster, and for 100.7% of the purchase price. And a big part of the reason for that is working with you as a stager.
Thank you. Yeah.
So it definitely works.
Yes.
We're believers. So we're going to launch a property. We're going to put it onto the market. Before we take pictures or do open houses or anything like that, we bring you in. What are you looking for when you step into the house?
So there's a couple of things that I look at, Eric. I look at the best features of the home and try and look at the space and see how are we going to highlight that so that the potential buyers going through a home will see it right away as well. And I look at what's in the home. If it's a furnished property, we look at what we already have to work with and what will highlight the features. I look at the space itself and how will the space look as spacious as possible in the MLS pictures, in all the marketing, print and online. And I looked on how to modernize it, if that's what's necessary as well. So sometimes it could be a senior that's moving out that has all their treasures around them, but we want to try and modernize it so that the buyer can see that they can update it as well. So that's the things I look at. Okay.
So is this something people can just do themselves?
Well, as a professional trainer or stager, as a professional stager, we stay educated. We stay part of an association, which helps us to continue our education and learning what's important to the buyers. What was important to a buyer 10 years ago is not important to a buyer today. The other thing we look at is who's moving into the neighborhood, what demographics are moving into the neighborhood, and you share that with me. So I always have that knowledge, which is great. So we stage to that person. And so a millennium might not want the same thing as someone older or someone younger. So we look at those kind of things as well. So as far as doing it yourself, we stay updated on what's modern. We stay updated on what the buyer wants. We continue our education all the time. We work really closely with yourself, the realtors, to make sure that we're working together and making sure that the buyer gets the most value out of their home as possible. So if someone wants to do it themselves because they don't want to do even a consultation, then they can look online, I guess, and try. But I think they have more important things to do than try and learn how to be a stager, a professional stager.
Exactly, yeah. Even whether to do staging or not, sometimes we get people pushing back and saying, well, can't people just imagine what it's like? Or they can see past all this, can't they?
Yeah. I do hear that, and again, I'll give you another statistic. 77% of all agents truly believe it's easier on the potential buyer when they're walking through the home to see how the room is supposed to be used, and if their large bed or large dining room table can fit in the room if it is staged properly. Because vacant rooms look smaller, and when you leave a home vacant, it also leaves you to look at all the flaws, if there are any.
Right.
As well.
Yeah. One of my favorite expressions is "Don't tell me, show me."
Yes.
So they don't need to imagine it. Here it is. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And the buyers spend more time in the house too when it's staged, right?
That's right. Statistics again, up to 8 times more. They could spend up to 40 minutes walking through a staged home and stand in each room and talk about how their furniture might fit or what they might want to buy. They might like the furniture, so they might talk about that. So once they're at that point, they're falling in love with the home, and people buy on emotion. So that's what you want. You want to show them how they can live in the home and how it works for them in their lifestyle.
Yeah. People buy on emotion and they justify rationally afterwards. Yeah, they fall in love and then they say, "Oh, it's because Jimmy's school is so close by that we did it."
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. That's a fact. People buy on emotion.
So what about people that aren't moving? What can they do to enjoy their homes even more? Are you seeing any trends or anything?
Absolutely. There's many trends out there. The biggest one this year is outdoor. And actually, it's been building over the past, I'd say, 4 to 5 years. But outdoor space is really big. And you'll notice yourself as you go through the department stores or hardware stores or even looking online. There's so much that you can do outside now where you can spend longer days outside, with the fire pits and that type of thing. And there's living rooms that you can put outside, and kitchens and barbecues that look like whole kitchens with counters and all that kind of stuff. So we're all wanting to spend more time outside, and of course it expands the space of your home. Living space. Right.
Enjoy Mother Nature, suck in some of that vitamin D.
That's exactly it. That's
proven to increase happiness. So thanks, Rachel, for sharing your knowledge with us.
Thank you for having me.
If you want to know more about home staging, feel free to contact Rachel directly. And if you're looking to sell, send us a note or contact us via phone, and we'll send you a free Prepping Your Home guide. And also, if you enjoyed the video, remember to like and share it, subscribe to our channels, and check out our other videos. We've got some great content in there. Until next time, I'm Arent Mortimer, your real estate agent and agent of change, helping you solve your problems and realize your dreams.